What up, guys? Another Adonis review in the wake of the Khaos Reigns expansion that is coming to Mortal Kombat 1. I thought I would do a current, is it worth what the price says for Mortal Kombat 1, the most recent in the Mortal Kombat anthology? Is that a word? I don't know. But is it worth it? Is it worth its price? What is different if you've never played it? What should you get? Let's kind of go into it. Now, I feel like if you are a person that has never played Mortal Kombat before and you want to get into it, and this is the first time you've ever thought about playing it, there's essentially two main reasons you would want to play this game. One, you have hopes and dreams of entertaining friends or significant others and passing time, and you want a fun little fighter game that you can do together. Or two, you just want to get into it, and it does have a pretty neat story. I'd say the story, the fighting definitely isn't the funnest part of the story, but the stories are very well done nowadays. They're almost like movies, and they can be just as entertaining. That they've gone really in depth with the way they tell the story and whatnot. So that is another good reason to get into it, is if you like the story mode of games, and actually watching the story. Not so much again the gameplay, because it does kind of get monotonous in that sense. Now, of course, if you are a person who has played Mortal Kombat before, then you know what you're getting. In the terms of fighting, compared to the previous games, I think Mortal Kombat 10 so far is my favorite. I think they had a very well balanced group, and every character kind of had its positives and negatives, and you kind of had a chance with anybody, even if there were characters that were a bit more noobish. There was still a good balance to it. 11, I kind of felt the fun get sucked out of it a little bit, just a little bit less creativity. I think the main reason behind that was maybe just the fact that I really liked the kind of the preset 3 different versions of every character you got in number 10. But I feel like Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of my new second favorite. It's ahead of Mortal Kombat 11. I think I definitely like the character additions they've added to the game. I think they are unique and pretty cool characters with, some of them have very cool powers that mesh together in your little button combo smashing ways. Except for, Megan Fox character will always throw me off. Just such shitty acting. It really just felt like they just wanted to have a Halloween Megan Fox outfit for chicks to wear. I don't know. But beyond that, still not the worst of ideas, compared to getting like the fucking kid versions of Johnny Cage and fucking Jax. Anywho, so characters they've added, definitely a good roster of new people. The people they brought in, I think, are also like the old characters. I think they've done a good job in adding them. The new feature in this one they have is called cameos. This is the world we live in. I don't care for it that much. I'd rather the characters in the cameos be characters you can use. You cannot use these characters that are cameos. Characters that are not cameos can be used and be used as cameos, but purely cameo characters, kind of just sit there and they kind of tricky, you, making you think you can use like Tremor, but he's just like a cameo character. So I was like, fuck your face. You don't get to use him, and he was one of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat 10, for example. So that's kind of the new thing that they like to add in, is the cameos. They don't have, you can kind of immediately just do specials to people once you've added it up. So, they kind of altered breaking people, but end all be all, you're going to get the good 1v1 side screen fighting that you'd hope to get in this game. So you won't be disappointed there. Like I said, the story in itself is a great continuation of where Mortal Kombat 11 left off with its main story, and then its added expansion that it had, and it continues that now. I don't fully know if the new Khaos Reigns is exactly evening out to the hype of where this story left, but we shall see. But let's get to the real nuts and potatoes of why the negatives, which are pretty steep nowadays. I feel like Mortal Kombat is just by far probably one of the most stingiest games I've ever fucking seen in my life. I said with Mortal Kombat 11, and I honestly thought they were going to do it. With the Battle Pass world being what it is today, I honestly thought that Mortal Kombat, to kind of make money, I feel like single player games nowadays are having a tough time, creating these high bar, high stakes, great graphic games at the price for a one shot pop of buying, rather than the multiplayers, which can keep making battle passes and DLC and shit, and buying skins. That's not the same with a story based game that doesn't have that. So they have to do more extreme measures to kind of get money out of people. And I understand that. And what I thought Mortal Kombat was going to do, truly, since we've kind of hit an area in the world where graphically we've kind of hit a standstill. We're not getting any better really graphically in games where it's, the eye can truly notice it. Can you really see the difference between Mortal Kombat 11 and Mortal Kombat 1's, graphics to a giant degree? No, you can't. So I thought, from the way that they kind of made the expansion and the way they made, the constant character pack, exactly like they're doing with Mortal Kombat 1, I thought that's kind of like what they were going to do with Mortal Kombat 11. We would just have a constant, every, year or 2 years, having like a new story expansion that you could pay like $40, $50 for, I say $40 would be fair. And then, every, few months, year, you get also a new combat pack of characters. And you would just keep stacking these characters in the same game, just how Apex and Overwatch stacks these characters in their games. Obviously it would be more, but Mortal Kombat has the character reach to do that, right? They have enough characters to where they could, do it for quite a while, until, they could probably easily do it for like 5 years until it's actually truly worth making a full brand new game where the graphics would be completely worth it. Like I said, until eventually you have a fucking every Mortal Kombat character ever, playable in Mortal Kombat 11. That's what I thought they were gonna do. I know it's never been done, but I just thought, that's kind of the way Mortal Kombat story games would kind of, a lot of story-based games would move towards nowadays, with the Battle Pass being such a big thing with multiplayer games. It'd be almost like a Battle Pass for single-player games, because I also, heard on the Mortal Kombat 11 time that Assassin's Creed was going to do something maybe in that fashion, shorter versions that would be cheaper. But obviously that's not the case. They came out with Mortal Kombat 1, and now they're probably going to just keep doing that, and then eventually have Khaos Reigns and, these combat packs, and then, they're going to fucking do the next game, unfortunately. But I don't know why. I don't think they should just do it. But beyond that fact, they are just fucking stingy as shit with it. They fucking have 1,000 characters. 1,000, each character by itself costs like $8 on average. You could buy like the Khaos Reigns game release expansion that's coming out is fucking $50. That just comes with the expansion and their combat pack. It doesn't come at all with the fucking first game, which is going to be at least $50 on average. Typically, you can get on sale for $35, maybe if you're lucky. But you're usually spending $100 to get everything. All combat packs, and because they have the base game, the combat pack. the Kombat Pack 2, then this Khaos Reigns expansion, which is $50, with this Kombat Pack of new characters, which is only going to be like 6 or 7 in total. Plus their cameo characters, which again aren't actual playable characters. And that will save you, essentially you're just paying, the base characters. So you're basically paying for, a brand new game essentially, but, not getting the characters that were first given to you in the first half of the game, because you're only getting the Kombat Pack version of the characters. So, they're super stingy. Like I said, you're going to have to pay at least, $90, I think. Maybe. I saw a version that says 90. I don't know if that comes with everything. If it does, then I guess that's not terrible for what they expect you to pay for it. But I fucking wouldn't pay, especially with how cheap, Mortal Kombat gets eventually. So, personally speaking, the price hasn't gone down too much. Like I said, I've seen it go down to 35, but they still are holding pretty strong on fucking the outrageous prices for characters by themselves and combat packs. So if you do want this game, personally, what I think is truly worth is maybe $40, for everything, for the expansion, the base game, and all the characters. Now, that's not fair to say now, since the new game is coming out. I think the expansion by itself should be, $30 right now. And then getting it. So I think maybe $60 for fucking everything right now would be fair, because it's about to come out, and then down the road a few months, you should pay no more than 40 for everything. But like I said, it's going to be at least 100, at least $50 for both. So take that as you will. It's not worth what it's fucking being offered. It's drastically overpriced. You will get a fun game if you like Mortal Kombat. You know what you're going to get already. Nothing too